Right. Hey, welcome back, audience. And we are at the second episode of season 4 of GrowthFit. And today we have Aman Nigam here. Aman is working with Swiss Beauty, and he's the senior product manager over there. And earlier, Aman worked with brands like Mamaearth and Clensta, which are also into D2C space, like about which we often keep speaking. Okay, and without wasting much of your time, let's go ahead. And we have Ashwin Kumar as well here, okay, the co-founder of CustomFit.ai, and myself, Sharan, growth head at CustomFit.ai. Okay, so Aman, I heard that you had done your bachelor's in robotics, right? And now you are into the space of product. Okay, so how did this shift happen?
So at that time, so I did my internship also in that field itself at Tata Motors. Uh, Two reasons were there: the kind of work that still Indian brands are doing in that space. Second, the compensation part. I'll say honestly on that part as well. So I felt analytics, product or tech is more better in these two aspects: the kind of work brands are doing, as well as the kind of compensation they are offering. So firstly, I was doing so last 2 years of my college I was into coding. First 2 years I was into mechanical, mechatronics, robotics, stuff like that. And last 2 years I did extensive coding in C++, data structures, algorithms, dynamic programming, stuff like that. And after that, so a opportunity came for analytics role in a edtech Series A funded startup in Gurgaon itself. And the opportunity was great. The team was still in building stage, so I joined that as a business analyst. And role was quite interesting, and I always wanted to work in a startup because I did my internship at a big brand and not felt that it is the right space to start my career. So, and the startup wave was also there back then in 2020, 2021. So got carried away by it and joined into analytics field. Then eventually I pivoted into product because in analytics field I worked for business team as well as product team, and I particularly found the product bit interesting. So yeah, that is why I pivoted my role to product management. Then after that.
Got it, got it. And see, today morning I visited your website, swissbeauty.in. Okay,
Yeah.
and after some time I went to Instagram. Okay,
Okay.
and you might have by this time understood that what happened. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
your ad came to my feed,
Okay.
so that
Yeah.
means you are doing some remarketing over there, right? So
Yeah.
how is remarketing working for your brand? Like, what are the steps that you follow? Like, is there any strategy that you follow? So how do you look at it?
So for the remarketing piece, we have n number of channels. Like we have Google, we have Meta, we have CRM channels like SMS, WhatsApp, email, web push. So far app is not there. App is still work in progress. So we have n number of channels. And other channels like affiliate and partnerships. So specifically two channels that we are focusing on remarketing is via what CRM, that is WhatsApp and SMS primarily. Second is Meta ads. For remarketing piece, what we have seen is ROI is always better than the first time user visiting. Like remarketing is always giving better ROI than the user who is visiting the website first time, right? So we have allocated certain spends on CRM as well as Meta on it, and its ROI is pretty good, and we are able to scale it as well. Few challenges were there few days back in the Meta part that we have. So Meta has its ASC campaign that is fully automated, and in ASC there are some settings due to which our campaign was scaling more on REM part and less on new part. But for a growing brand like Swiss Beauty, we should always spend more on cold audience, right? So that we have user acquisition, then only we can build remarketing or post purchase funnel, right? So we have fixed that, and still we are scaling on REM part. So REM is a function of cold users. More and more cold users we pumped in, more and more remarketing funnel gets built, and more and more efficiencies driven via Meta ads as well as CRM, that is WhatsApp and SMS. Also, the user behavior of remarketing audience is bit different because they know the brand now. They have
Right.
visited, they have seen the ad, they have visited the website. Their conversion rate is slightly different. Their experience should be slightly different. So our creative copies are also bit different for them. Like we don't promote very heavy offers on our cold audience, but once it is in our funnel of post purchase or remarketing, then we show certain offers to drive conversion rates and drive CTRs, stuff like that. So that is how we view remarketing.
Got it, got it. And you said that you are using multiple channels, right? You show it on Meta, and you show it on Insta, FB ads, and all that, right? And you also said that as these people are already aware about your brand, so you
Yeah.
show them some special offers and all that. That means like you are personalizing your ads, right? So how do you work out on your landing pages? Like, are when this audience comes back to your website, okay, as they are already aware about your brand and they are already aware about your offer, right? So, do you make any changes to your landing pages? Like, do you try to personalize your landing pages? Is my question.
So, so I will answer this more broadly. So, what our thinking is in terms of what creative to show and what landing page user should land on. We think it like this: whatever is shown in the creative copy, it should be in sync to which landing page is also promoting, right? The kind of content, the kind of offer, and everything should be in sync with the creative copy as well as the landing page. If
Right.
these two things are saying different stories, then driving conversion is a bit tricky. User will not even add to cart. Primarily, actions like add to cart will also be not there if there are two different stories. So stories should be pretty consistent throughout the user journey. What they see in the creative copies as well as what they see in the landing page, be it offers, be it content, be it the hook, be it the uh, product formulation, or be it anything regarding the product that you are saying should be consistent on the PDPs, that is product display pages or landing pages, or whatever is seen in the creative ads. That is what how we look into it.
That really make a lot of sense. Like basically, I will tell you, as you mentioned, right, the story should move from your ad onto your landing page, right? A lot of times, like like basically as a marketer, right, our job, it won't end when someone we make to click that particular ad. Right? Okay, it's not just okay, like getting around to the website. It's all about how you engage with them, how you showcase the value proposition, how you ultimately convert them, sort of the thing, right? So that the story, it should move naturally from your ad onto your landing pages. I will tell you, apart from any of these things, for example, like, what kind of the images, say, like, what kind of the storyline, what kind of the offer propositions, right? It should have the same thing. There is one thing I will share with you, one recent experience. Okay, there is one of the, like, there is this company which sells baby nappies on the website, reusable nappies, right? So, see in the ad, okay, for example, they have this nappy, like, which is set of three, right? They specifically mention, for example, nappy cost is, the set cost is 300 rupees. Say it's a set of three things, right? There in the ad, you would have given like 100 rupees per piece, sort of the thing, right? Now, when someone clicks on the tab, they think that it's 100 rupees, sort of the thing. Now, once they get onto the, your PDP page, there you're showcasing 300 rupees over there. That doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
immediately there is a kind of resistance that build up very top of the funnel, right? It means the team did all sort of the efforts to, make him or her, okay, hooked onto your, creatives, okay, they impersonate over there. Okay, this is what actually they are looking for. Okay, they got that sort of the feel, right? Now, once they land onto the page, right, you don't take them, okay, in that, storyline thing, right? So there is a huge resistance that will build up, right? So, like that's what actually, even actually one of our customer, exactly, what I mentioned, right? They, if they are showcasing it's a kind of per piece sort of the thing, the people who are coming onto the landing page, they also see that it's a per piece price, right? Once they click, okay, they clearly show this is the 300 rupees, and under that thing they showcase it's, per piece this much. And the ads which they showcased, okay, it's like for the sets of, for the set, this is the cost, right? And this same thing, okay, that gets onto the landing page also, right? So
Yeah, I'll just tell you why brands
yeah,
do that. Brands do like say n number of things in their creative ads just to drive CTR. They think if they get certain CTR, then their conversion rate is solid or their offer is solid and user will convert. But that is not going to happen. User is a
correct,
very smart guy.
correct,
If
correct,
driving CTR via certain promises, that should be fulfilled in your landing pages, right? Otherwise, the user journey is broken, and I don't think so. Conversion rate will be higher than.
correct, 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 correct. Yeah, the trust is the one. Okay, that's like, what do you say? It's like, very much okay into the action over there, right? Once you break that thing, that too with first time it's only, right? Then it's very difficult. Okay, you whatever you do, you retarget them, get them back. Okay, it's a kind of lost deal.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
Right.
I have just seen a brief example about
Uh-huh.
that naming a brand. I just saw some brands are selling for like single digit rupees few products like 1 rupee funnel or 2 rupee funnel, and then they land on you on your website, and they say the product is rupees 1 but 249 is the delivery charge. Product not at 1 rupees that was shown in the creative to try the CTR, but at 250, right? That is
Correct, correct,
not the right
correct.
kind of
That's
funnel.
yeah, it's a kind of a completely blow off, right? You like next time, see, it's a lifetime, kind of the connections what you need to build, kind of the trust. As if okay, they should be your lifetime fans, if they should be your advocates sort of the thing, right? Not only they be here, okay, they need to go and tell about okay, 100 people over there, okay, this is this thing, okay, which I bought. So that trust factor is very, very important. Even like a certain companies, okay, I will tell you, okay, they also
Yeah.
do these things, right? Say, like typically using custom fit only, like, the people who are coming onto their website for very first time, say from that brand, okay, the way you want to treat them will be different versus okay, the people coming onto your website for the next time versus the people who are your customer, right? Say, a visitor coming onto your website, he has not yet converted till now, right? The way you want to showcase him or her versus the your already existing customer. Say that a person who purchased at least one product, okay, not may not be that product where he is landing. At least one product he has purchased, okay, say last 6 months of the thing, because he already kind of got with your product, and he's a kind of you are now coming back onto your site. There is a trust sort of the thing, right? The way you have to treat them will be different, right? So that thing also matters a lot over there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Correct, sure, sure, yeah.
And Aman, when you say that the product cost is 1 rupees and they are showing it on the ad, the click on the ad itself will cost much more than that 1 rupee.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Aman, okay, your brand name is, a little interesting. Okay, you said that it's a swissbeauty.in. Okay, Swiss Beauty. When we just say this phrase, Swiss Beauty, it looks like this is some brand or something related to Switzerland. Okay, and at the end you had .in, which shows that it's from India. So, do you want to throw some light on it?
Yeah, I'll just double click on it. So, so this is how for a long time consumer brands are built in India. So if you see incumbents like Reliance or Aditya Birla, they have brands named like Peter England and stuff like that. So that is what, as a brand, I want user to perceive, because that creates aspirational value at the user end and add some value or some trust. Or so for a long time we believe foreign products are good. That is not the case obviously right now, but that is for the longest time what Indian brands have done, and that has helped to drive CTRs and CRs for your online business, as well as for the metrics of offline business as well, because offline players are also doing that thing. They name their products in a foreign name so that trust and aspirational values attached to it. So if you feel Swiss beauty is from Switzerland, and that is the perception we want to drive. Yeah,
So you wantedly have done it, right? You want people to think in that way. I mean, you want
yeah,
the
yeah,
consumers to think in that way.
yeah.
Right? Interesting. Okay. So, Aman, see, day by day, the D2C space in India is become little crowded, right? Okay. So, is there anything that you, keenly look into to make your brand look, stand out in this crowded space?
So, uh, three things are there for any successful brand. That is what I feel. First is product differentiation. Second is brand marketing, and third is this all funnel thing like performance marketing or product management or retention marketing, anything like that. Third thing can be sorted out via hiring a good team or stuff like that. But first two things, founders should be more focused on the first two things, that is driving the product differentiation at the heart. The new product development should be the core of every founder. Second is the brand marketing. What is the brand language? How consistent is it? What values does it stand for? So that two things, I guess, is a long-term differentiator for a brand. First is brand marketing, and second is uh, product quality. That is new product development funnel, whole funnel of how new products are launched, why new products are launched, and are you launching that product to solve a problem? Is that product here to stay or just some trendy product, right? Two things surely differentiate a brand in long term, that is product differentiation as well as brand marketing. That is what I feel.
Got it, got it. Okay, so there definitely there will be some products, okay, which are similar to what you guys provide, right? And there can be some sort of synonym sort of products as well, right? Okay, so when you say product differentiation, okay, how do you make it? Like, how do you show that product differentiation to a consumer, like to someone who comes to your website?
All right. So we have journey catered like that itself. So in our product landing pages or in our category pages, we clearly have a primary title, that is the product name, and we have some payoffs that what all things this product offers. And if you go on our product display page, then it
Okay,
clearly shows what is the benefits of the product, what is the description, a brief description about the product. In fact, many brands show what is the clinical results of the product. They are even taking ownership of that, that results will be there and that is clinically proven. Yeah, but these 5 6 things are there and users are interested. So I will just tell you by an example. In one of my previous brand, I think in Dermaco itself, so we integrated a tool called Lucky Orange. So what Lucky Orange does is they help you record the video of all users, what all users are doing on your platform. You can see that 10 users are there in your platform, what are they browsing and what all they are reading. I have personally seen greater than 100 users what they do in their website. Once they come on the website, they do read product display pages diligently. They do read benefits, they do read the brief description or clinical trial results or stuff like that. So users are interested. They, before they make a conversion decision, they definitely see 3 4 points, and of course at the end they see the offer as well if you have to drive an impulsive purchase. But yeah, time and again I have seen it myself, users browsing on the website, and what all they check, they definitely check the product display page in depth and then make a decision. So what all products you are creating, what all values or differentiation it is having, you should definitely promote it quite nicely on your product display pages as well as category pages.
got it, got it. So, Aman, is Swiss Beauty only for women?
So that is very subjective thing. I
Mm-hmm.
would say makeup is not just restricted to women. So men, if they want, they can also do makeup, and males also do that. There is no issue with it. Uh, but most, if we talk statistically, most of our consumers are women only.
Okay. And I saw your website as well. Okay, so mostly it looks. I'm sure that you might have done some research, background research, and you might have gone through some data, and after that, you might have designed the website. Okay, so all the images and whatever that you are offering, okay, it looks mostly for female gender.
Yeah,
Got it.
theme
Got
is
it.
like that only.
Okay, understood.
What are the roles the user-generated content, the UGC, playing in branding for the D2C websites?
Yeah. So So all kind of content of all kind of static video, whatever we create in our ads is basically to drive CTR.
Hmm.
And what historically or statistically we have seen is UGC content always show better CTRs. On top of UGC, if the UGC is by an influencer, even better CTR, because then a certain trust and a certain audience is attached, also attached to that person, right? So it is just a game of CTRs, and in UGC you are, so it is a human touch there, and you can say your things more efficiently via a human, not on a static ad or something. So due to the human touch or more proper vocabulary, you can say, or verbose, you can say, in a more appropriate way, you can promote your content. And on top of it, if it is via an influencer, then some trust, some credibility, and some audience is also attached to that person. That is why that content generally shows higher CTR. So UGC or anything, it is just a function of CTR only. That is why UGC is picking up in our D2C ecosystem, because of the CTRs it is driving.
Right. Okay. Just a like a follow up on that thing, right? If you see the just a follow up on this thing, right? If you see these days there are like a kind of a spike in the influencers, okay, in the network, what you are seeing, right? Everyone, okay, trying to project that they are the influencer, something, right? So, can you help, just understand from your perspective, how the DTC brand should choose a specific influencer, and also I want to just understand about what's the role when you think, okay, it's a kind of a macro versus nano influencer thing, whether they can help you bring more, sales on your website, and yeah, so some kind of, your experience if you can share with our audience, right? So that will definitely help.
So there are two things
Mm-hmm.
attached to any influencer effort or on any marketing effort or any performance effort we do. First is awareness. Then we expect that aware audience to convert later on. Or if that influencer content is directly used on performance marketing bit, then we expect impulsive purchase instantly. Not only awareness but conversion also on that bit of ad itself.
Mm-hmm.
uh, what influencers offer is first of all their audience. Even if it is a nano influencer or a micro or not a bigger influencer, then also they hold certain pocket of audiences, and each
Mm-hmm.
influencer is for something. They have their own page has some persona, own personality, and if it closely relates with our brand, then we certainly pick them to promote our products, because it open up certain pockets for us, as well as certain brand persona is also built if that influencer is a bit credible, right? And we get exposed to some new kind of audience and also to a high intent audience, because that user, for example, a Swiss beauty influencer has a beauty audience, then of course conversion rates will be there. But what I feel lately wrong in this ecosystem is you cannot just spray and pray.
Mm-hmm.
So the brands, what they do is they pick 100 influencers, they have raised funding and or whatever
Correct, correct, correct,
money backing they have, they just pick 100 influencers and they spray and pray that traffic will come. Awareness, or second thing is, if not traffic is even not coming, they consider ki we are getting views, they are optimizing on cost per views or they are optimizing on awareness. But what we have always tested time and again, that if we generate certain awareness, then that should also be measurable if we are doing it via digital channels. So what we do, if we do a awareness campaign to some audience via some influencer or via some branding activity today, then in next 10 days or 20 days or a month, we retarget them and see if that awareness has given some fruit or not, because we retarget them via conversion ad and see if they have given some fruit, some conversions are there or not. Otherwise, what is the point of that kind of awareness, right, if they're not converting even after a month? So then what we do, so there's thing called lookalike audience in Meta. So what,
mm-hmm.
if 0 to 1 or 0 to 2% lookalike is on performance ad for conversion, then you should do awareness on 5 to 10% lookalike. That is not
Got it.
highly getting, but you can make them aware and expect conversions later on. So we should do certain hacks like this to see that awareness is giving some fruits even in the future. You cannot just do spray and pray awareness and expect that users will come later on, and let's do awareness for now. That is not a right way, I guess, to analyze our spends or optimize our spends.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Also, I have one as a customer, right, or as a consumer, right? See, there are two things which I look at, right? See, one thing is the kind of influencer. I know that he or she is an influencer. He's trying to talk about his own personal experience or something of that sort. But I also behind the mind, I know that it's a kind of been asked to say certain things or asked to use certain things, right? Versus, okay, the genuine customer reviews or feedback, okay, as if, okay, record, like for example, if you see, when compared to Pepsodent and Sensodyne advertisement, right, the Sensodyne advertisement is a kind of, okay, direct. I feel that, okay, people, like I was the one, I see myself, okay, in that ad, something, yeah, actually, I was also having through the same problem, and see that lady or that person, okay, kind of got relieved by using that thing, right? And the way they showcase, very it's no glorification, nothing, okay, this is the problem, they use this thing and they feeling better, as simple as that thing, right? So there are two ways, like what do you think, okay, with respect to, even respect to the ad generation, say, like how you convey in a simplistic and realistic manner, when compared to all this glorification of the thing, right? How will that affect your sales or conversion, or whether that makes sense or not in your context?
So, how we see in terms of ad generation or content creation, how we look into this is uh, what. So there are two types of branding you can do. One is symbolic branding, that
Mm-hmm.
aspirational kind of brand like Royal Enfield or other brands like premium
Mm-hmm.
brands. They don't even pitch their product in their ads. They just
Correct,
show
correct.
some kind of lifestyle and they expect conversions to come from there. Right. Then there is second kind of branding which is very problem solving specific that Sensodyne does. Right. So most of the Indian brands are in a certain price range, like Swiss Beauty is also in certain price range. We always say to our customers that it is an affordable problem solving brand. So that is the kind of branding we are doing here. For aspirational brands, there are certain other key elements like the pricing or packaging should be accordingly to that only. That then only content will be in sync of that, right? So the product has to be like that. Key there should be content that be created around problem solving or stuff like that. So, for example, one of our products is very viral, like holographic eyeliner. It is a very viral product. It gives you many shades in a single eyeliner. So it is a clear problem solving product. You don't have to buy five eyeliners now. You have to buy one holographic eyeliner of
Correct, correct,
beauty,
correct.
and you save money, you save time, you drive efficiency in your like makeup wherever you are keeping it, right? It is easy to manage, you can carry it. So problem solving, I guess, always gives competitive edge. If it is not easily replicable or by other brands, even if it is replicable, your quality should be such that it should sustain and stand out, and your message should be clear. So that is where new product development come in. You cannot just stick on one product, and you have to keep launching products and ads accordingly. So what I feel for Indian brands specifically, problem solving products are a good bet, because premium brands are a bit difficult in India to make because provide the AOVs that we have. Specifically, if you are able to buy Meta ads, there are certain AOV thresholds after which CAC spikes up a lot. So in that context, I feel problem solving brands are pretty good, and that is how we operate at Swiss Beauty as well.
Cool, makes sense. Also, one other follow up on this thing, right? What do you what's your take with respect to the quirky ads, like campaigns, like for example, Ganji Chudel sort of the thing which Nika carried out, right? So whether that do you think that's helps a brand of your size or even smaller size sort of the thing, or okay, you need to be things right, whatever it's there, okay, don't get deviated from your brand ideology. Those like what's your take with when you saw, definitely would have seen the Nikes this thing, right? So
So it depends on the stage of brand, I guess. I guess like the Ganji Chuda thing is being done by a big brand, right? Or a brand like Zomato does anything quirky, right? Or Blinkit does. They have a huge distribution system in their own social media channels as well. Also, they are meme YouTubers or meme Instagrammers favorite, right? They all
mm,
follow those page and see what all they are posting. So if that distribution system is there, if stage of the brand is such that virality is easy to grab and your image is such, then you can do that stuff. But certain brands also don't want to associate uh, them by such ads or such content,
right, right, right.
because serious brands cannot, like health brands, health D2Cs cannot do that, right? So it depends on the stage of the brand, how big your distribution system is across digital media, and depends what your brand persona is. Like Zomato is a very household kind of brand, a very friendly persona, a very comic persona. So it depends on what your brand stands for, I guess. Then only you should use quirky ads, otherwise it can backfire as well, in my view.
Makes sense, makes sense. Sure, sure. Yeah. So I want to understand few things, okay, from you, Aman. Like, what do you think with respect to the role of A/B testing in case of, like, from the D2C side perspective and the marketer's perspective, right? Like, what's the, how will it help, or okay, like, see, what we say is there is something hypothesis in your mind, right? So you may think that, hey, I know that if I do in this way, then there is a good conversion can happen. It's all hypothesis, right? Right, but actually, when you get that into reality, you're able to understand that, okay, what works, what not, sort of thing, right? And if you see now, what we say is that the customer, basically, as a marketer, I know I'm doing all sort of the hard efforts to drive the traffic onto the website, right? Using various channels, pouring money, all those things, right? Now, once the visitor comes onto the website, right, there are a lot of things, okay, which you can tweak it, okay, to understand that how it works, understand, okay, what really can get me the momentum, or how how I can engage the audience and all those things, right? Finally, it can lead to the conversion thing, right? So, just want to understand your take with respect to the A/B testing your website.
So you want my take how A/B testing can be done more efficiently?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we have to. So if so, I will just tell you how I prioritize my product roadmap and how
Mm-hmm.
I do A/B test and stuff like that. So basically, two things. Firstly, we'll look after is what is the prioritization of the task basis the impact and how much is the effort required.
Mm-hmm.
Third is we have to measure the impact as well. That is where A/B testing kicks in, and that is why it is very relevant because you cannot just hire two, three UX designers, two, three product managers, five, six people tech team. You have a 15 people team in a D2C brand, and you are doing just random stuff and scaling the brand. And even if KPIs are going up, you are saying it is because of you. So to definitively say that your this task has this much impact and this task has that much impact, A/B testing is very much required. Without it, you cannot truly say that this impact is driven by you or this task done by this product manager or something like that. So A/B test is a very integral part to drive true measurements on any landing pages or any product task you pick. So what we think in this A/B testing part is uh, like few of initiatives like we did frequently bought together, we did certain landing page changes, we did certain cart changes. So impact is one thing. Second piece what we feel is in A/B testing tool is it should not affect our website speed or efficiencies of our website, right? Because that is the bread and butter. If the website user journey is broken due to any such thing, then that will backfire in that sense because it is a measurement tool and it should not impact the user journey, right? So A/B testing ecosystem, what I feel is just impact measurement and saying, yeah, this task has this much impact, and you can even predict the future of your product task that this task will have that much impact on you. You cannot build some crazy numbers on it, right? I will be doing these two tasks and this will give this impact in our average order value or conversion rate. So it gives you a sense at what is a true impact of any task and what how much you can expect from a future task as well. That is how I witness A/B testing piece. And in terms of driving efficiency on A/B testing, you should always try to eliminate all the factors that can be noise for that A/B test, right? So you have to eliminate all the noises, otherwise A/B test will not be very true. So if you are comparing variant A, variant B, and if one task for example, a single change has gone through the variant B, then you should see that it is streamlined and any other change is not there on the second variant which you are testing, right? So uniformity is very much important to see if that A/B test is conducted efficiently or not.
So, where do you, I mean, how do a brand can build the brand loyalty among the customers? Okay, especially in D2C space.
That is a very great question because that is the bit most of the brands are struggling with, and that is one of the things which was my key project back in my time at Mamaearth. So I launched the loyalty program,
Mm-hmm.
that too at a great scale, which no other D2C brand has done so far in this ecosystem other than Mamaearth. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I basically brainstormed it from the scratch, built it to few lakhs of subscribers.
Okay.
Loyalty is a very tricky thing. One is so if you so there are two things. One is your platform loyalty. So Mamaearth is present across D2C, across offline channels, across marketplaces. So you cannot definitely say that if this customer's LTV is less on, if this particular customer's lifetime value is less on D2C platform, then it is less on across your brand, because you cannot measure other channels, right? And that is brand loyalty. Second, if that user's loyalty is higher on your D2C platform, you cannot definitely say that it is the best user you have, because maybe some user is transacting two times via D2C, two times via marketplaces, two times via offline. So measuring impact of uh, loyalty programs is a bit difficult. If you launch it only D2C, you can do loyalty pieces like what Apollo is doing, offline, online, everything is in sync. You can redeem their uh, cashbacks via their stores as well, their D2C website, their app as well. Um, that is a good way to launch a loyalty program
Hmm.
first. Second thing in terms of brand loyalty is you should constantly measure your user experience. User experience can be measured via NPS and CSAT, customer satisfactory score and satisfaction score, and net promoter score.
Okay.
And you should measure it across four touch points. One is how is your website experience? Two, how is your delivery experience?
Hmm.
Three, how is your customer support experience? Four, how is your product usage experience?
Right.
The real product that we are selling.
Hmm.
If these four CSATs are directionally good, if those, then your net promoter score will be good, and then of course your brand in a right direction, and then you can expect certain loyalty across channels. So that is how broadly I view this.
Okay.
And that is how we usually measure it back in many of our brands, including at Swiss Beauty. We measure CSAT across these touch points. And it is declining. We always do RCA at what is off. And we always find anything is off or any user journey is broken, or for example, if your CSAT for customer support is off, then for sure your connect ratio
Hmm.
that the user is calling and how many calls are connected, that is off. If that is bad, then your CSAT will go down.
Hmm.
If your resolution time for a query is high, then your CSAT will go down.
Right.
If your average AHT, it is called AHT, average call time or stuff like a metric like that, if that is very high, then you are not able to solve user query efficiently and you are wasting their time.
Hmm.
So every so these four touch points have some sub metrics as well. You should judge all of them, and if all of them are in check, then only brand loyalty will be there.
Got it. Got it. So may I know, I mean, what will be the um, ideal CSAT score for any D2C brand?
So ideal CSAT score, what I would say is should be above if it is calculated out of 10. So there are various methods to calculate it. If it is out of 10, then it should be greater than 8. But that is, I'll not name any brand or anything, but that is not what I have seen that brands reach to the CSAT of 8. I guess 6 and 7 can be a good spot, and 8 should be your aspiration to cross. That is what I would say. Yeah, we do random sampling. We send Google Forms to our customers. So there is a certain hit rate. If you send to 10,000 customers, then 5% definitely fill that form. And that form should have only one or two questions, not very lengthy forms. Otherwise, user will ignore it even after opening it. So CSAT forms should be sent across touchpoints. As I said, for website experience, all the users that have purchased via website, you can take a random sample and send them forms. The second piece for delivery experience, all of the users that have faced some delivery problems or that have got some good delivery time, you can send the forms to them via random sampling and see what is the result. Number three is you can send Google Forms to those customers who reached out to a customer support and what is their rating. The customer support part is mostly automated. If you use any tool, they have a CSAT form sent across as soon as the query is resolved, right? Fourth is your product usage that you can use in your CRM. That is, you can send a WhatsApp after 15 days of product delivery that how is your feedback about the product, and if you like the product, maybe you can upsell there also, give a coupon or something for your next order. So there are hacks and ways to send Google Forms and get user responses on it to measure CSAT.
Makes sense. Aman, I have one question. You remember actually we had this discussion, a couple of days back, right? So you mentioned that, the conversion optimization or increasing sales on your website side that should not be factored with the offers sort of the thing which you're throwing at, right? So it should have very naturally thing, right? So that's where, okay, the brand, this thing will grow eventually, right? So Just I want, I felt that it's one of the biggest advice, right? So just want, can you just double down on it, okay, for our audience?
So offers are a double-edged sword, right? They can provide instant gratification to a brand that yes, I will convert today. But the problem is if I have got a product that real MRP is rupees 1000 for rupees 500 and 600 today, for sure I will not take that product more than that in my next order. I will expect that price to come to 5 600 and then only I will repeat. I will never take that product to 7 at 7 800
Right.
in my next purchase. So that is the problem what offers have. So if I am running a A/B test at that time with an offer, when the cost for 1000 rupees product is 500 to 600, then that result is rigged, right? Because you have driven that conversion rate via an offer and not really via your UI efforts or by some user journey optimization efforts, right? So that result is pretty rigged, and that is not you should bank on in any A/B test. You do offer to offer. You can maybe do a offer to offer A/B testing, but offer to no offer, definitely offer will win. And offer is not the right way to drive CR. Your product roadmap should not have offers to increase your conversion rates.
Got it. Right.
It's some fundamental changes that should drive your conversion
Got
rate.
it. And how do you think, okay, one thing is that, okay, other thing is like how neatly you can create a FOMO without, okay, creating that thing that, yeah, actually, every time when I go, I see the same thing, okay, it doesn't matter thing, right? What's your take on that note? Like, see, if I visit your website, every time you're showing me that same timer, I know that thing, okay, there's something is trying to fool me around, right? So how, well, or okay, how, like there's a kind of string over there, right? Okay, how nicely you can use these sort of FOMO creation factors on your website.
Yeah, FOMO creation. So if you ask, so there can be a laundry list of tasks which we can do to drive FOMO, to drive conversion rates eventually. So instead of offers, you can like use, there are limited stocks left, right? You can use a social proofing bit that 1000 plus customers bought in last 7 days. So if you think of it, there are 10 ways, 20 ways to drive conversion rate without offer. But if you say that no, I want instant gratification and I want revenue today itself, then you will use the offer and will exploit your,
Audience base. Yeah, correct.
then you will exploit the system basically. So I guess as a two methods I said, there can be 20 methods by which you can drive FOMO and drive conversions in your brand instead of just giving offers blankly.
Yeah, that's good. Over to you. Thanks a lot for so much of knowledge what you kind of can give to our audience. And this is all I see that coming from the realistic experience, not something we can kind of bookish, right? Where you went through so many companies you worked with, Mama, whether it's Clensta sort of your period, and then now with the Swiss Beauty thing, right? So I see, there's a lot, fellow marketers can pick it from this. Okay, fine. ना एक क्वेश्चन हम पूछते
No,
हैं
no,
like there
you
is
can
one
ask.
question if you go with respect to say you want to go to a lonely island with one metric thing, which is your metric?
Which is your metric if you
Yeah,
want to
which is
loan?
your favorite metric, okay, that you want to go with the island, okay, only you and that metric resides there.
That metric would be CTR.
Okay, okay, okay. Then you'll add it as a part of the blog. But yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Okay, really, really thankful on that note, Aman.